Hello?
Hi, is Kathy there?
This is her.
Hi, Kathy. My name is Dennis Jacobs. I'm a detective with the Sheriff's Department of Manitowoc County.
Okay.
And you had called that you had the same job as our missing lady?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm just going to step outside here.
Sure.
I'll be back. So you can go ahead. I'm just going to get outside.
Okay. Let me just get a couple of things before we actually start here. Is your name spelled with a C or a K?
With a K?
And it's Kathleen?
No, just Kathy.
Just Kathy. What's your middle initial, Kathy?
D is in Dawn.
Okay. And it's W-I-L-L-E-F-O-R-D?
Correct.
All right. What's your date of birth?
9/30/68.
And what's your home address?
N is in Nancy, 3126 Deer Creek Court in Waldo.
What's the zip code in Waldo?
I-3093.
Okay. And then I got your home, and your home is 528-7755?
Correct.
Okay. And you had some experiences out at the Avery residence?
Well, you know, I used to work in law enforcement. The only reason I'm calling is because I feel like I should.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if anything I have to tell you will help, but I thought it was worth a shot. So.
Okay.
In January 25th, I got a fax from Auto Trader telling me to go up and take a picture for Mr. Avery. I went up there, went to his residence, and I just remember, out of all the things I've ever done, I just felt real uneasy driving in because it's so remote out there.
Right.
And then the junkyard, and there were dogs barking.
Right.
So anyway, I drove in, saw his car that I was supposed to take a picture of. I think it was a Cutlass or something similar to that.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't come out of the mobile home, so I went up and knocked on the door and
Uh-huh.
came out and I took the pictures. And he hadn't written up his narrative for the ad.
Okay, hang on just a minute. I'm trying to take notes.
Oh, sorry.
So, okay. So you went up to the door?
Yeah, I did. I turned around and parked, and I think he had a pickup truck. I think he's got like a little shed off to the left.
Yeah, yeah.
He had a pickup there, so I pulled by his pickup and turned around facing out and parked.
Okay.
I went up to the door and knocked. He came to the door. I explained who I was. I was from Auto Trader. I was there to take a picture of his car.
Uh-huh.
So it was winter, so he started up to warm it up, and while it was warming up, I said, I also need the narrative description of the car
Uh-huh.
for the ad. Oh, I forgot to do that. So he went back in the house and started to write it, and it took him forever. I don't know why, but it just took him a really long time. So I took my pictures, went up on the deck, and it was pretty cold out, and I was standing on his there's like a wood porch in front, or back or something, and I was just freezing, but I was standing out there, and he came out and opened the door and said something to the effect of, well, why didn't you come inside because it's cold out? And I said, well, I appreciate that, but we're not allowed to go into residences when we do these. I mean, it just didn't feel right, and I could kind of see into the mobile home, and there was garbage, and if I remember correctly, there were like empty liquor bottles and stuff, and I thought, it just doesn't feel right. I didn't recognize his name at all, which is probably stupid on my part.
Well, that happens. So you stood outside, and he finally came back?
When he came out and asked me to come in, I said, no thanks. I went in the car, he started my car, and then he came back out and gave me the narrative. And then right before I left, he said, well, if this works out okay, I'm going to call you back because my sister I thought he said she owned the junkyard or salvage yard there.
Right.
And she has a car that you might want to sell, and how can I get a hold of you? And I said, well, you just call the main Auto Trader number, and then, they'll get a hold of me. He was like, okay, and I took off, and I don't know, just gut feeling was not good. I drove out of there fast. It just sticks out of all the pictures I've done and, everything I've done in law enforcement. It just didn't feel right. So.
Okay.
And then Teresa actually came to my house in June and picked up all my, my fax machine, all my equipment and stuff. So I only met her the one time when she came to get my gear and stuff. So I just felt bad when I heard it on the news. I don't know if it could help you at all.
So she's only been doing this since June?
No, she worked prior to that. She covered Brown County. And then in June when I quit, she was also covering my territory, which was Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and Calumet County. So she was working prior to that, but now they just gave her a bigger area.
Okay. Alrighty.
And the only reason I'm even telling you this is because it just makes me think that when they called to have her come up, they knew a woman was coming up.
Sure. Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know much about the case, but I hope if it's something with that family, I hope you get them.
Well, we hope so too.
So I don't know. I just did not get a good read on him out there either. I feel really bad for her. I feel like in some ways it could have been me, and I'm glad I never went back on the second call.
Okay. Somebody may want to talk with you later and get a more of a detailed interview and a statement.
Okay.
And I will pass this on because technically Calumet is the lead agency, but that's just because of the conflict of interest with the current lawsuit and stuff.
Right.
So I will pass this on to I'm actually working with a Calumet detective, so I'll pass this on to him. You may have a state agent show up to talk to you.
What office are you out of?
I'm out of Manitowoc County.
You are, okay.
Yeah, see, he's got that lawsuit for the wrongful imprisonment and all that.
Right.
Against Manitowoc County.
So the state took it over?
Well, the state in Calumet County, and we are all working together on it, but Calumet is officially the lead agency.
Would it be the state DCI?
Yeah.
I used to work for D&E, their sister agency.
Okay, sure.
So, cool.
Yeah, you might have somebody from the state come down and talk to you. I'm not sure who. Okay. Tom Fossbender is the guy at the
state?
From the state that's the lead contact. Do you know Tom at all?
I've met him. I didn't work with him much because I worked out of the Milwaukee office.
Yeah, he's working out of the Appleton office, so. Okay. I will pass this on, and like I said, somebody might follow up with you a little later.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.